Modelers and processors are completely taking over the live music realm. I am seeing way more Kempers, Axe-FXs, and even Quad Cortexes than I am actual tube amplifiers. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my tube amplifiers. I mean, I have a whole stack of them right behind you guys as I am filming this. But really, the convenience that comes with modelers and processors is completely unmatched. On the other hand, the three big name modelers that I just previously mentioned are also extremely expensive. So where is the middle ground for anyone that is looking for the convenience of a modeler or a processor while also keeping down the price? I think I have a great option for you guys, and that is the Matribox II Pro from Sonicake. Let's get into it. So a couple of months ago, I did a review on the original Matribox 2, and you guys are probably wondering, okay, not that long ago, only a couple of months ago, I show you guys the Matribox, and then now I'm wanting to show you the Matribox 2 Pro. So what are the differences? Does it justify getting the Matribox 2 Pro when you already have the Matribox 2? Well, to start off the differences here, on the Matribox 2 Pro, the screen is a touch screen, and this will allow you to move your modules around your signal chain a lot faster and access different settings a lot easier rather than having to mess around with different knobs and different buttons and stuff. Of course, if you like to mess around with the knobs and buttons to navigate around the settings, you are more than welcome to do that, but having the touchscreen just streamlines things and makes it so much easier to navigate it. Another really nice addition that I thoroughly enjoy on the Matribox 2 Pro is that on the back, along with your stereo TRS outputs, you also have a ground lift and a set of stereo XLR outputs, which this is really cool. And this is something maybe a little bit nerdy, but I really enjoy having the XLR outputs because having XLR means that it is going to be balanced. It's going to be keeping a lot of noise out that can get into it. So the sound quality overall is just going to sound a lot better. And also having XLR is going to sound more full. It's going to bring in more of that low end, where with TRS, you can bring in a little bit of that noise with it because a lot of times it's going to be unbalanced. And then with TRS, it can sound very thin and kind of leave out some of those low end frequencies. So having the stereo XLRs is a big one for me. On the Matribox 2 Pro, there are quite a few more switches than what we're used to seeing on the original Matribox. So these two guys are your bank switches, and they allow us to switch between the different groups of different presets. So keep in mind that when you are switching through the different banks, all of the presets will be in succession with each other, or at least in my own experiences. So when you turn on the Matribox 2 Pro, A will be preset 1, B will be 2, C will be 3, and D will be 4. And then if you hit up on the bank switch, then A will be 5, 6, 7, and 8, and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind. And then when you hit both bank switches together, it switches this unit into foot switch mode. And then you can access a really nice tuner if you hit both switches A and B together. And then you can also access a great looper when you hit C and D together. As far as the different sounds that are on the Matribox 2 Pro, it really isn't that much different from that of the Matribox 2. It still has 63 different amplifiers, it still has 61 different cab IRs, and 93 different pedal simulations on it. Though with the Matribox 2 Pro, it does support up to 20 user impulse responses versus the 15 that the original Matribox 2 had. So having the additional 5 user impulse response slots is actually kind of nice. Even though the Matribox 2 doesn't have any new amplifiers or cab IRs or pedal simulations on it, don't let that discourage you, because with the addition of the stereo XLR outs on it, that's going to bring in a better sound quality, especially to front of house or in your DAW or wherever you are sending your tones to. So I say let's go ahead and hook up the Matribox 2 Pro and let's check it out, because with the original Matribox 2, I did find that some of the presets seemed a little bit cold in my opinion, but that might have been because of the TRS outputs on it. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have a feeling that it is going to sound a little bit more full. So today for this demonstration, I have the Matribox II Pro right here in front of me, but I'm going to be showing you guys everything out of the Matribox II Pro software that you can get from the Sonicake website. And all you have to do is plug in your Matribox II Pro via USB into your computer and you are good to go on that. And I figured let's just use the software just because it's going to be a little bit easier for me to show you guys all this stuff. All you have to do to get started on here is grab whatever module out of all of these modules that you want. So let's start out with an amplifier, and you just drag it right onto the signal chain. It's super easy. And then let's also grab a cab, because an amplifier without a cab gives you a horrible sound. I'm not sure if any of you guys have witnessed it, but I certainly have. So let's click on the cab, and when we click on it, you'll see all the different parameters that you can change here. And then there is the whole list of cabs that you have down below here. There's all of these different cabs. This is a lot of different cabs. So I guess let's just go ahead and choose one. There's an angle 4x12. Let's go ahead and try that guy out. And then let's take a look at the different amplifiers that we have. So we are on a TWD Deluxe, and I have a feeling that is a clean amplifier. So let's see. Yeah, it's a clean amplifier. Let's go down here and let's see if there's one that we really recognize. Okay, so there's a Soldano 100 overdrive. So let's go ahead and just select this. And it does look like it went ahead and switched the cab over to the matching cab for the amplifier. So it seems like that's what's gonna happen when you select an amplifier. It's just gonna go ahead and match up the cab. Let's just see what this sounds like right off the bat. So right off the bat, it sounds quite a bit honky to me. So let's go ahead and finish up our signal chain before I start twisting some knobs here. So on my high gain amplifiers, I always like to throw in a boost in front of it. And it looks like it's already at a screamer, so a tube screamer, which is cool. And we have just all of these different options here. There's a Screamer 9, maybe a TS9, there's a Blues OD, maybe a Blues breaker. And then there's also a breaker here. Maybe they're both Blues breakers, but just different types. But yeah, you have all these different ones to check out here. And then because I'm adding a boost in front of my amplifier, it's going to bring in a lot of noise. So I'm going to go ahead and just preemptively put in a gate, and we're going to go to gate 2 here. But I want to bring up this threshold, and typically I like a pretty fast attack and release because I like those really chuggy rhythmic pieces. So let's see what we have going on with this. Yeah, not too bad. Still has that honkiness in there. Let me go ahead and raise the tone, which is what I always do on my boost pedals. And I also raise the volume as well. And then let's go over to the amplifier and let's take out some of these mids. Let's scoop some of these mids out. I'm actually gonna just back off on the bass just ever so slightly too. And let's see what we have. It's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. It's definitely sounding more warm. It's definitely sounding how I want it to sound right in there versus the original Matribox 2. This is really cool. So I'm gonna back off on those mids just a tiny bit more. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. Let's check out a different amplifier here. Okay, we have California Dual M and Dual V. I'm just gonna choose one of them. I don't know the difference between them, but let's choose Dual M and let's see. Holy gain, that is a lot of gain. That is an ungodly amount of gain. Okay, let's back off on that gain. And then also, I wanna change out the cab. I just wanna check something else out. We have a Bogner, also an angle. Let's do the angle 4x12. Always a big fan of that. Okay, so that's a little present, but there is a high cut right here on the cab that we can do, and I'm gonna bring that down to about 10K, which is what I usually do when I do my EQ moves. Something around in the 10K area. Yeah, that is definitely much better for sure. Though on the amplifier, I am going to back off on the presence a little bit, and then let's back off on the bass as well. And then maybe even the treble. That might even still be a little bit too much gain. Just really bring it back on the amplifier. Yeah, that is definitely sounding much better. Overall, I am very happy with the different sounds that I'm getting out of the Matribox II Pro. This has been awesome. Let's check out maybe one more amplifier. Okay, so we have the Angle 120. I have a feeling that might be maybe a Savage. There's the 120 Plus and 120. Wow. Yeah, that is a lot of high frequencies. Let's bring down the presence like a lot. And then also let's bring down the treble a lot as well. Okay, so we're getting there. Let's bring that back up. I might just raise that bass a little bit, and then let's go ahead and raise the mids. Let's see, what does it do? Yeah, that's definitely adding a lot of clarity into that tone for sure. And then let me try changing up the cab just a little bit here to something maybe a little bit darker. Let's try the Bogner Uberschall, the Bog Ub. Ooh, this might be it. Okay, and then let's pull off on that high cut around the 10K. Yeah, I think it's sounding pretty dang good, guys. This has been really cool. Yeah, no, the Matribox II Pro is definitely sounding a lot better, and the price difference between the original Matribox and the Matribox II Pro is actually not that bad. It's under $100 between the two different ones. So in all honesty, I say don't waste your money on super expensive modelers and processors. Go for the Matribox II Pro. This is absolutely awesome. So do I think that the Matribox II Pro is worth it over that of the original Matribox 2? In all honesty, yes, I do, because when you look at the Matribox II Pro, overall, it is just a more organized piece of equipment. You're able to access all these different features a lot easier than you were able to on the original with the touchscreen, the different switches, and all that stuff. And plus, the addition of the two XLR outs on the back, from what I could tell, the tones sounded a lot better to me versus the original Matribox 2, which had a little bit of a colder tone to it. And also, when you look at the price point between the two different Matriboxes, the Matribox 2 Pro is at $299 and the original Matribox 2 is $220. $29, and that is not a very big difference between those two. So to get those little bit of upgrades that make a world of difference, in my opinion, I say just spend a little bit extra on there. But I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. Let me know down in the comments below, and I will have a link for the Matribox II Pro and the original Matribox 2 down in the description below, along with a bunch of affiliate links if you guys want to help support the channel and keep me making these awesome videos. Anything is very much appreciated. Also, if you are enjoying my videos in any way, shape, or form, please consider hitting that subscribe button along with the like button and all that good stuff, just to let me know that you guys are really enjoying it. And with that being said, my name is Chris with High Impact Audio, and I will see you guys in the next episode.